we are then, episode 8, season 8 pre-season. It's going to be a fast ride through what we've done to try and reshape this squad with a measly 100k transfer budget and losing 15 players out of contract. So here we go, pre-season on season 8. Now as always, the media absolutely love us. This season they predicted 23rd, which believe it or not is an improvement from last year when they said we were going to finish bottom. So it was nice to prove them wrong, but this season we ain't finishing 23rd, we're going for mid-table to playoffs. That is the goal, we're being ambitious, we're having it. Okay, take a ride with me on these transfers that we've managed in pre-season. If you look at the out column first, we've brought in 800 Gs. All the players that have gone out, I wanted them to go. I was happy for them to go. No one of note there. You probably don't even recognise any of the players because that's the impact they make. None. Players in. Once again, not pictured there, but once again, I've got Joe Lowndes on loan for an incredible 4th season from Newcastle. At this stage, they might as well just give me him. That would be lovely. Now, other main players that we've brought in, Peter Lowndes, no relation, from Arsenal. He's valued at 1.8 million. Extra quality that I was talking about. Extra quality. He's going to play at full-back or centre-back. We haven't decided quite yet. We've got Moha from Brescia, Serie A. Used to play for Real Madrid. What is going on? A Real Madrid player at Penrith. Beautiful. He's a defensive midfielder. He can play it a bit further up. He's got the flair. Again, extra quality. There's 15s dotted around in his attributes. 14s, 15s. This is what we need. Next up, Edgar Martinez, a Spaniard, centre-back, jumping reach 19, fitness 16, teamwork 18. Look at these greens, few 15s. These are the players we're building around this season. I'm excited. To understand my transfer strategy, you need to have a little look at the tactics. So the tactics I wanted to go with was a combination of this tactic called demolition and the tactic that served us so well last season called pedigree. If you notice, they're 4 at the back. However, I had an absolute nightmare recruiting fullbacks in pre-season. Nightmare. I couldn't get a left back for lovely money. Right on deadline day, I got 2. I got Simon Charles on a free, who's got potential. He's not great, but he's only 22 and he has some good standout attributes. He'd probably be first choice. I also swooped in and got Trevor George from Portsmouth. They're in my league. He's on loan. That's the level we're at. We're scratching around for Portsmouth reserve team players. But I saw a few things in him I liked. Mainly, long throws, 17. This kid's gone on the bench. If I'm in the you-know-what, he's coming on for the long balls, the big throws into the box. He could be a secret weapon and a sneaky little signing. Most of the other signings are backup players because, as I said before, release players, look at this list. These are all the players that have gone on frees. Now, don't get me wrong, they weren't going to be playing for us. They weren't going to be starting, but they were valuable backups. Liam Coyle, for example, he's been through the leagues with us. Connor Stanley and Kane Kessler were backup wing-backs. Odemeo was a backup centre-back and defensive midfielder. Kamara was my backup striker. There's a lot of players in there that could have done the job for us. I took the risk thinking that my board were going to give us a bigger budget, and then when they never, I was kind of screwed. So the best way to approach rebuilding your squad is think about the positions you need. It sounds simple, but when you get to the end of the season and the transfer window opens, there's rakes of players out of contract. It gets so tempting to think, right, I'll have him. And all of a sudden you end up with 5 players that can play the same position, where the key positions you need are still empty. Case in point, I couldn't have a left back. I didn't have a left back until the last day of the season, the last day of the transfer window. So I panicked and I've got 2 in, luckily. A good technique for me is have a look at your tactic that you're going to play for the next season. Take out the players that aren't going to make it and leave the gaps. That reminds you, right, I need a centre-back. Right, I need a DLP. I need a defensive midfielder. Then you'll focus on them. Use your transfer budget and your wage budget on them positions. After that, have a little look around for squad players. So my last little snippet is my staff. And if you look here, defending, I've got Herman Hreidarsson. Do you remember him? Big centre-back from Palace, I believe. He's in, defending 20. Solid. Now, the best one is my new attacking coach, a certain Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes has joined Penrith. attacking 17, technical 20. Exactly what you'd imagine. I'm hoping he will bring up the youngsters. His level would be lovely, but somewhere in between. So we've got Hariderson and we've got Scholes. We've also got one more in. It's Carl Robinson, who's in charge of Oxford now. But look at that. He should be a manager somewhere, but he's happy being a coach at Penrith at the minute. So yeah, cool. That's it for episode 8. Ultra little quick snippet of pre-season and what's been going on. There's my profile, by the way. As you can see, I'm not a big talker in the media because it bores the Jesus out of me. But anyway, so yeah, episode 9. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do a few games in and bring an episode 9 in, or do what I did last season and just pump through the season and see where we're at after 40 or so games. Might run a little Twitter poll and get 5 votes to help me decide. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Episode 9 will be soon, hopefully in a couple of days.